Hello, Internet. My name is Roro, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. I was just eating a bowl of cereal and just kind of thinking about random stuff. Kind of like I pretty much do that every day. Um, and I started thinking about the concept of anonymity online, and that's something that I've recently started to value more. And I don't think enough people really consider what that entails, and they don't really think about what they're actually putting out on the internet and how it could be dangerous or just unnecessary. So let's get into it. So I think something that is really common online that you'll see with like maybe a creator that has a decent sized following, or you know, you'll just come across it online if you're online enough, is people doxing other people, leaking their address, leaking their personal information. And obviously that's like a bigger scale thing, but if you're putting your real information out there and you're just putting it out there publicly, like you're not doing it on like a private account or something, anyone can just come across that and have all that information. And I think that's kind of like what growing up, I was always told not to use my real information online by my parents. Like when I was like a little kid. Um and I never really understood it. But then once I became a teenager, like a young teenager, you know, all these social media things started to pop up. So everyone kind of like, especially Facebook, you have to put your real information on there pretty much. Or I don't know. I haven't had Facebook in almost a decade, but everyone just started putting all of their real information just out for everyone to see. So it kind of became normalized. And I don't even know if it's that much of a big deal as I'm making it seem, but it's just what's weird to me is how willing people are to just put all their information just up for everybody to see and like post about their private life like all the time. It's one thing if you post here and there about things that are going on in your life, whatever. I'm not the best person to talk about social media and posting. I'm not on it anymore, but I'm just fascinated by how willing people are to just put their entire life out on the internet for the whole world to see. Whether they're altering it to make it seem better than it is or they're just putting it out there, as it is. And I think that's part of the reason why I got off social media too, is because I was just putting all the bad parts of my personal life just out in the world for everybody to see. It's like probably like part of it is like a cry for help type thing, but when I would be suffering and having like mental breakdowns, I would just be posting more on social media, and like it would be very apparent. It was like probably uncomfortable for some people that know me to watch and to read, obviously I was never like too crazy on there, but it was enough where it was, I guess, of note and made me realize that I shouldn't do that and I should get off social media, especially when I'm not feeling well mentally, because that's only going to make it feel worse. And I learned that over time. And, now I don't really have to worry about it because it's not even a part of my life at all right now. So that's definitely an improvement. And I'm happy about that. And what this is all has kind of led me to start thinking about is not being so out there and available online with my real life. And that's why I really value this channel, because this is the first place that I've kind of been able to experiment with being my real self, but in a way that isn't my real self, if that makes sense. That sounds kind of confusing. I'll try to explain it a little more. Like, I feel like I have barriers that I mostly place on myself, but just from experiences I've had in my life, people tend to have like preconceived notions about me when they meet me. And a lot of people treat me the same way without really knowing me. So there must be some sort of energy that I'm putting out that attracts a certain type of person that I am not so much this way anymore. And I'm also not around as many people anymore. But people really seem to latch on to me and take advantage of me pretty early on in a relationship, like a friendship mostly. And I don't know why that is. And this is not the case with my closest friends. And those are people that I've known for a long time. So this is more so people that I've met in my adult life and beyond. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's interesting. For some reason, throughout my whole time putting music out there and just having a presence online, on social media, on the internet in general, a lot of the people that I know in real life, they don't really like what I do, or they don't show support for like what I do with my art and my music. And it just doesn't connect with people that I know in real life. So I kind of got to this point where I was like, all right, I don't have like any real reason to continue to put my creations in front of these people because they've proved to me time and time again for years that they're not interested. So that's why I was able to stop and kind of take a step back in that regard. And for this channel, it wasn't something that was attached to me as a person, like a actual physical human with a name. It was something that there is no person attached to it, and it can really just be the ideas and the thoughts and you know, the things that I'm trying to get out of my head. It can just be that. And there's no distractions, there's no preconceived notions or ideas that you can really have because you're just listening to my voice, you know? I guess there's a couple judgments you can make just from the way I talk or the way I sound or the way my voice sounds or whatever. But other than that, it's literally just the things that are in my head going into your head. That's all I wanted this channel to be. And that the second aspect of it going into your head, that was like a bonus too, because I started recording this because I just needed to organize my brain. And I'm really happy that I can do this in a way that is really beneficial for me and potentially beneficial for other people, but somehow it's completely separated from me as a person. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I just have really found a lot of good energy in the concept of anonymity when it comes to being on the internet and being online because I just want to live a normal life. I don't really like, as long as I'm not super stressed and I'm not like completely broke and like can't survive, I really don't care what's happening. Like I just want to be able to just enjoy my life. So I don't know, the internet is starting to freak me out in a way that it never has before. So I just have had to change my perspective, and I hope I explained it well enough. Like I don't know if I'm really like explaining it to the best that I can. I'm just kind of like rambling. This is an especially rambly video, but hopefully my idea was able to come across in a way that makes sense to you guys. And as always, I put a new video out every Sunday. So if you like this one, you can come back next week for a new one. I have a bunch of other videos on my channel. I talk about a lot of similar topics. And I end every video with a little bit of original music created specifically for each video. So it's a little extra piece at the end. So hope you enjoy. Nah, I'm just kidding. Here's the real music.